Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Watchers live stream for April 2nd, 2025. Luckily, we didn't fall on April 1st. That would have been an interesting stream for sure. Hope you're all having a great week so far. But in the meantime, Kevin, how the hell you doing?
Doing pretty good. School, work, same old, same old.
I get that. School's going to ratchet up for me this weekend, so I'm still going to take a movie to watch, but I might have to wait until like Tuesday next week to watch it. Yes. Nadia says, yo, hello.
Hello.
Hope you're having a good day so far. Fox Pixar, been confirmed that Sony's calling the new. Yep, we know that. We're going to get to that pretty quick. So, without further ado,
right now,
let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, so Spider-Man 4 is officially called Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is a reference to a comic storyline involving Spider-Man and Mary Jane forgetting who he is, which happened at the end of No Way Home. This is a good name. We got the director of Shang-Chi, Dustin Daniel Cretton, doing this movie, and this is a very good pick, I think, for doing this. And really stoked to see what this is going to be about. Hopefully it's a little bit more of a ground level. We know now, as far as we know at this current moment, Tom Holland is not in Doomsday, but he'll most likely be in Secret Wars. Yeah, and I'm hoping that Secret Wars is also going to bring in a lot of the people we're missing, but who knows? But this is still a really cool piece of news. We got a lot of Cinemacon news to get through today. So let's go ahead and pass it over to the next one here, Kevin.
Yeah, next one up, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse releases 2027. I wanted to come out much sooner than that, but it's okay. It's okay.
This is a long wait. This movie had better be worth it. That's all I'm going to say is that this movie better be worth it. It's a long time to wait, and that's really the long and the short of it.
But let them polish it up, maybe. Polish it up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They're supposed to come out like last year, and then they were like, we haven't even done voice work yet. And it's like, But next up, piece of sad news today. Val Kilmer has unfortunately passed away. Star of Top Gun and one of the Batman movies, Batman and Robin. No, Batman Forever. I don't remember which one. But Batman Forever. This is some sad news. He was in very poor health in the later years, and I'm amazed he's made it as long as he has. But he has an incredible career to look back on, and so all condolences go to the family.
Yeah, condolences. Yes, most definitely. Great in Heat too, as well. Next up, the Zelda live-action movie is planned for March 2027. This has been in the works for at least 20 years, I feel like.
Well, there's always been talks of doing one. The problem is that we had one announced. It was announced officially last year that they were doing it, and it was announced that it was the director of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes that was doing it. And now we know that's officially coming out in March of 2027.
Okay. We'll see.
Hopefully it's better than the Mario movie. Next up, we have shocking news. The Minecraft movie is getting bad reactions. Shocker. We all saw this coming. I will say the movie is getting slightly better reviews than I was expecting. At the time of at the current moment on Metacritic, it has a 47 out of 100, which is higher than I was expecting, but still not good.
No.
And basically, like the highest reviews that I've seen are like, yeah, it's okay. So like that's not good.
That's not what you want to hear as an executive up on the boards. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It's like, we don't want fine though.
Yeah, but I've seen a couple people who have seen the movie, like genuine moviegoers, who said that the movie was really entertaining. Apparently, a lot of people who do like the movie based on what they've seen said that the trailers did it no justice. Maybe it's a thing where they just did not know how to market the movie, but who knows?
Like a Transformers 1 kind of situation going on, hopefully. But
maybe, I mean,
it doesn't look good. That's the problem. It just, my brain cannot comprehend what I'm watching or what I'm seeing.
I'll be going this weekend, but like that's probably I'm hoping
it's not
going to be as bad as Borderlands. That's what I'm hoping. Hope it's not as bad as that. But
okay, we'll see.
But next up here, Kevin.
Yeah, next up, The Conjuring Last Rites releases in September with Final Destination Bloodlines. Hopefully, they're not fighting for the top spot or.
Oh no, they're in the same month. It's not the same. Not the same day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But hey, horror fans, heck yeah, that's what gonna be a great Halloween time.
I mean, Final Destination, hopefully. I don't know. Last Conjuring kind of soured me on the franchise, but we'll see how it does when it comes out.
Might reel you back in.
Hopefully. I mean, but James Wan isn't directing it, so I don't know.
We'll see.
Next up, we talked about this last week as a possibility. It is now official. Coyote vs. Acme has officially been saved and will release theatrically.
Great. Yes.
There's good things that can happen in this world right now. This is huge news. Ketchup Entertainment, the company that purchased The Day the Earth Blew Up, is the one that has purchased the rights to this and will be releasing it theatrically.
Do we know how much?
I do not know off the top of my head. I think we talked about it. I think it was like around 50 million or something, 40 or 50 million last week when we talked about it, but it could be more, it could be less. But I mean, we need it. Cool. The problem is everyone needs to go and see it. That was talking about, we need to get it. Go and support it and shove it up Warner Brothers' ass.
Yep, exactly. Show them who's boss.
Exactly.
Next up, a John Wick animated prequel is coming with Keanu Reeves involved. Cool. I mean, awesome. I love the John Wick world, so keep giving it to me. I'll be right there for it.
And honestly, animation is a great way to go because you can keep bringing back Keanu Reeves as he gets older, because the voice will generally stay the same for at least another 10, 20 years, right? So this is a great thing. And I sincerely hope that it's anime. I don't want it to be some cheesy 3D American Western. I want to see good fucking animation. If they can get the guy from Cowboy Bebop to do it, then that would be even better. Yeah. But that's just all out in the blue right now. Keanu Reeves is involved, as is director Chad Stahelski. He is involved. It's not that he's directing it, but he is involved in the project. And this comes on the heels that John Wick 5 is official as of Cinemacon. We already knew it was announced, but it is just one more time just confirming the official John Wick 5 coming from the same director, Chad Stahelski, and Keanu Reeves.
Good. Awesome.
Next up, we have a really big surprise here. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2 is coming from director David Fincher, and Brad Pitt will be returning to star in the film. And Tarantino did write the script for the movie. So, according to all the sources I read, this is real, because this was released yesterday. But this is real. Tarantino was originally writing the script for the movie he wanted to do called The Movie Critic. It then turned into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2.
Oh, yeah.
And then he started to fall out of favor with it and didn't really want to make that his last movie. But Brad Pitt read the script and absolutely loved it and wanted to make it still, and brought the idea of doing David Fincher, who has done Zodiac and did The Killer last year or the year before, and several other, and Seven, right? Like, wants David Fincher to do it, and Tarantino said, yeah, let's do it. Apparently Tarantino loved The Killer. So
cool.
This is coming. No idea when, but I'm very excited for this.
Haven't seen the first one yet. I have it on my shelf. Just haven't seen it yet.
There you go. Maybe this week is the week.
Maybe, you never know. Sunrise of On the Reapening is the next Hunger Games movie, and it will be coming out in 2026. I'm kind of excited. I really liked the Ballad and Songbird or whatever it's called. It's a long ass name.
It's a long name.
But it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I can't wait for this one.
There you go. That's why I gave it to you, because I knew you liked the last one. Next up from Cinemacon, Nobody 2 is officially releasing on August 15th, and will star Sharon Stone as the crime boss nemesis of Bob Odenkirk. I mean, the first one, Nobody, is pretty good. Like, it's not like a great movie by any means, but it's good. It's a decent action movie. Old guy who you don't expect to be that kind of tough guy. You know, it's like anything with Jason Statham, but better. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for a sequel, so we'll see if it's any good.
I haven't seen the first one, so can't say anything about it. But next up, live action How to Train Your Dragon 2 scheduled for release in 2027. Cool.
Yeah, this first one hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
But the movie did officially screen for people who were at Cinemacon yesterday. So people got to see the entire movie. And as far as I can tell, reactions are very positive. The only person who actually kind of heard their full thoughts said that the first 10 to 15 minutes was pretty bad because it was all narrative exposition and like tell, don't show kind of a thing. But then once it got out of that, it got more and more and more and more and more emotional, probably more emotionally high stakes than the original animated film. So
very cool.
Fell in love with it as the movie went on. So definitely excited to see this first one. Alrighty, we feel like we're talking about this movie every week, but Zach Cregger's upcoming Resident Evil movie will be more inspired by the games, and Anora's Mikey Madison has been offered the lead role, which could give us an indication of any kind of specific game that they might be going after. I know there's a lot of characters that she could potentially play. But at CinemaCon, this is what Zach Cregger said on stage. He says, "There's a moment that comes in almost every Resident Evil game where you find yourself in a dark passageway, your health is almost zero, and there's no way around. You have to go through, but you know there's something awful for you in the darkness. That is a thrill that the Resident Evil games have perfected. My movie will be built on the spirit of those games and follows one central protagonist from point A to point B as they descend deeper into hell."
I mean, if you say those things, I want to see that trailer.
Yep.
I mean, it
hasn't even started filming yet, but
I mean, it sounds fantastic the way he's putting it. So,
and this is right after we got the trailer. Well, we didn't get the trailer yet, but Cinemacon did. They saw the first trailer for Weapons, which is his new movie that comes out next year. And apparently it is one of the best trailers of Cinemacon, and people were very scared of that movie, which it almost sounds like it'll be something similar to Longlegs. In terms of like tone and environment. So very, very excited for that. We got a bigger cast too. Yeah,
very interesting. I want to see it though. Let's put it to paper. That's the thing. Next up, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 releases in December, and The Black Phone 2 releases in October. Again, really cool for horror. I'm still on the big screen. Really cool for horror fans right now, because we're getting a lot of good horror movies coming up in later years. So make sure you get your tickets for all these.
Yeah, Black Phone I think might be Blumhouse's best movie, so I'm very excited to see what they do with the sequel. Apparently it takes place at a winter camp, and where the Ethan Hawke character is trying to hunt all the people who were responsible for killing him in the first movie or something like that. So very interested, but some pretty awesome stuff there. All right, another big one coming out of CinemaCon is that we've had four Beatles movies announced. One movie for each member of the Beatles, with the cast announced for each character, and all four films will be releasing in April 2028. So you're getting all movies in 1 month. I hope you like the fucking Beatles. But the cast was announced, so George Harrison will be played by Joseph Quinn from Quiet Place Day One, and will be Human Torch in the Fantastic Four. John Lennon will be played by Harris Dickinson, who was most recently in Baby Girl and also was in Triangle of Sadness. Paul McCartney will be played by Paul Mescal, who was just in Gladiator 2 and Oscar nominated for After Sun. And Ringo Starr will be played by Barry Keoghan, who was most recently in Saltburn and The Banshees of Inisherin. Great cast. I don't want 4 movies, though.
Maybe a hot take. I don't care about the Beatles.
I don't either. These musical biopics are like not getting into people who are like they're very interesting for the wide majority of people, sure. But like I hate that we're in this thing where it's like we have to have a musical biopic every year. We got to get an actor who looks and sounds just like them, so they can get them to sing, and then hopefully we'll get them an Oscar nomination. That's the big craze right now. It's Oscar bait.
I don't see the. Yeah, I guess so, but I just don't see. Like, I'm not going to be dragged to the movies because of the Beatles or anything like that. So
I mean, I'll go to review them, but like I'm just going to be. I'm probably going to think they're, unless they're like, because they're made by Sam Mendes, who did Skyfall and who did 1917. So great director, but like, can you make it interesting? That's the big question. And if it's anything like A Complete Unknown, it will not be interesting at all.
Yeah, we'll see.
But moving right along.
Yeah, right along. Now You See Me 3 is now titled Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And of course it is. Why not? Like, that's not a big secret.
Yeah, the announcement for this at Cinemacon was preceded by a video of everyone commenting on the fact that they're doing a third movie, and all the comments were like, if you don't call this Now You Don't, I'm not seeing the movie. And things like that for flying by, and then they revealed the name. And then they just announced that also, I forgot to type this in here, that Now You See Me 4 has been announced as well, and they'll be making it after this.
Hasn't even done.
The first 2 did very well, considering
I know
they're not like a franchise, but you know,
it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, we'll see if it's any good. We'll see. All right, we're getting close to the end here. John Wick's Chad Stahelski, who we talked about earlier, is the newest rumored director for the MCU's upcoming Blade film.
I just need to see Blade. Just give me Blade.
Okay. They're not letting this project die. Like,
no, they're not. They're not. Maybe they need.
Man.
Maybe he's in Secret Wars or Doomsday, and then get his movie after that. I don't know, but
we'll see. I don't know. I don't put a lot of stock in anything for Blade coming out anymore. So, but hey, it was news, so got to put it up there.
Yep, exactly. Well, in 2026, a release is given for Super Mario Bros. 2, probably, right?
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. 2, Steven Spielberg's next movie, which does not have a title yet, The Odyssey, and Minions 3. One of those movies sounds good. And Shrek 5, which, we'll just leave it at that in December.
Yeah, so Super Mario Brothers 2, I can't believe I mistyped that.
It's okay.
Coming out in April of next year, which is kind of crazy, but you know, it was one of the most successful movies post-pandemic, so it makes sense. Steven Spielberg's next movie, which is something related to UFOs, is coming out in June. Very excited about that movie. Obviously, The Odyssey and The Minions coming out in July, and Shrek 5 in December.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of those movies.
Universal's got a big year, and that's including. That's not including Wicked 2 that comes out this year, or Wicked 4 good. Alrighty, but that is it for all the news we have. So there are 3 movie studios, that still have not had their presentations. Amazon MGM has their presentation tonight at 8:15, so it'll be after the time the stream's done. Hopefully, we're gonna get some news on James Bond, as well as their other big movie is Project Hail Mary, which with Ryan Gosling. It's the same writer as The Martian. Yeah. And then also we have Paramount and Disney tomorrow. Paramount is obviously going to be giving us some news on a lot of different stuff. Hopefully the upcoming Scary Movie and Naked Gun will be a part of that presentation, among other things, as well as I'm sure Mission Impossible is going to be there. And then Disney is going to be the big one. Obviously, we're going to get some first footage for things, and hopefully the rest of the cast announced for Doomsday. Who knows?
And Moana, real life, or whatever.
There you go. Live action Moana will probably get some first footage. So, but that's going to be tomorrow. So we'll talk about those next weque. But quite a few in here. Let's see here. Not gonna lie, I thought it was a poor April Fool's joke at first, so I saw other news reports reporting his passing. That came out this morning. Final Destination comes out in May. Did it get pushed back? Let me see here. Oh, it is in May. Why did it say it was coming out? Oh, that was weird. Sorry. Yeah, it is coming out in May. You're right.
So I'm glad it's not competing with each other. That's what I was worried about.
That's odd because the article said it was coming out the same month as Conjuring, which is weird. Where is DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Don't know, but it's going to focus on Pitt, which is fine because he was the better performance in the movie. Wait, so Zelda and Super Mario Bros. 2 will release that close together? Yeah.
I feel like Zelda's going to be pushed back. I can already tell. We'll
see. I don't even. Well, no. Zelda's coming out in 2027. Super Mario Bros. Is coming out next year.
Yeah.
So they're a year apart.
Okay, that's pretty close for two big video game movies. I feel like.
Yeah. Who knows? Universal better get that third Twister film in. I know it's in development.
Yeah.
And I know. What's his name? Powell, yeah, whatever his name is. Oh my God, Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones want to come back, so hopefully we get a third one. Also in horror news, John Carpenter is in the works of having a Halloween series with him directing the pilot episode. Did not hear that, but it is television, so it's fine. But movies are better. And then Naked Gun trailer, maybe we'll see. Don't even have a proper name yet. If it's 4 1/4, it'll probably be something else, but we'll find out. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and talk about the trailers we got this week. Some pretty big ones here in Bring Her Back and Karate Kid Legends getting their newest trailers. Fountain of Youth looks like a fun little adventure movie, but the one that stands out to me, as bad as it's probably going to be, is Primitive War, which is a Vietnam War movie about a special operations unit caught behind enemy lines, and then there's dinosaurs. So I'm kind of on board. I don't know. I like dinosaur shit. It's fun.
No, that doesn't even sound like good to me at all. But you know what? Might be that cheese.
Exactly. Who knows? If it's good cheese, I'll take it all day long. Give me a charcuterie board for that cheese. Alrighty, Kevin, let's go ahead and go over the box office.
I mean, unfortunately, the number one box office movie is a Jason Statham movie, but you know why? Because nothing else came out this week. So, A Working Man comes in at number one at 42.2 million. Snow White drastically dropping off with 4.3 million. The Chosen, Last Supper with 4 million, Woman in the Yard 3.7 million, and Death of a Unicorn just barely squeaking in with 3.7 million, unfortunately.
Yep, tying in right there with Woman in the Yard. Woman in the Yard getting some pretty bad word of mouth from what I've been seeing. Honestly, surprised to see The Chosen, Last Supper up there, another line in that propaganda series of films. And Snow White dropping off pretty drastically, but that was to be expected. I think the first week was the only good week it's going to have, but I do think it's just going to stay in the top 5 for the next 8 weeks, which is just what every Disney movie does. It doesn't come out, it doesn't do very well, and then it stays in the top 5 for 2 months inexplicably and ends up earning quite a profit.
It won't hit number 1, but it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go up and down in those ranks.
Yeah. If we don't get another kids movie or anything, we are getting a Minecraft movie this week.
Oh, we have a great kids movie coming out for you, Garrett. Don't you worry.
Oh, you mean Minecraft movie?
The Minecraft movie.
Oh, there you go. That'll probably make more money than Snow White has already. But yeah, that's going to be it for the trailers this week. Let's go ahead and talk about the movies that are coming out this week. And of course, starting it off with the one that I'm looking forward to the least of any movie this year is a Minecraft movie. 4 misfits are suddenly pulled through a mysterious portal into a bizarre cubic wonderland that thrives on imagination. To get back home, they'll have to master this world while embarking on a quest with an unexpected expert crafter.
That just sounds bad. I'm so sorry. Reading that does not sound like Minecraft at all.
Yeah, and it does the stupid shit. I'm sorry, I'm going to curse. It does the stupid shit where it's going to bring the Minecraft people into the real world.
Obviously.
No, it's in the trailer. Why?
No, it is. I don't want
Why is it doing that? This movie pisses me off. Also, Jared Hess is one of the worst directors. I'm sorry. Napoleon Dynamite is not a good movie, and neither is Nacho Libre. Up second is Hell of a Summer. Actually, do want to go see this. I know Kevin and I were talking about this. The counselors of a summer camp are terrorized by a masked killer. That sounds like every other 80s horror movie ever, but this one is a slasher comedy, kind of whodunit version of the genre, so kind of looking forward to that. Up third is The Luckiest Man in America. May 1984. An unemployed ice cream truck driver steps onto the game show Press Your Luck, harboring a secret, the key to endless money. But his winning streak is threatened when the bewildered executives uncover his real motivations. This has been at some like film festivals and stuff for over a year now, and it's finally getting a theatrical release. So kind of excited to see it finally come out. And lastly, here is Eric LaRue. It tells the story of Janice, the mother of a teenager who shot and killed 3 of his classmates. This looks like something similar to. There's another movie with Tilda Swinton and I think Timothy Chalamet, if I'm not mistaken. That's on a similar subject. It's like there's something it's Elephant? Maybe it's called Elephant. No, that's not the right one. I'm thinking it's something completely different. Anyhow, but it's heavy subject matter, but it apparently has an incredible performance from Judy Greer, who is usually a comedic actress. So very much looking forward to seeing what she can do.
Yeah, very cool.
So that's it for the written portion or the kind of scheduled stuff. Let's go ahead and get into the movies that we watched this week. Yep. I had 3 movies.
I had 2.
So 2, back and forth.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So quickly, up first for me, for class, I watched Das Boot this week, which is a German language film about a U-boat crew hunting British warships in the English Channel during World War II. And this is interesting because this is a movie about the Germans that makes them out to be heroic, but it's not praising Nazism. It's more so about them having their own regrets and fighting against the Nazism while also still serving their country, because a lot of German soldiers weren't serving because of Hitler. They were serving because it was their country and they were drafted into service. This film is spectacular. The problem is that I had to watch the director's cut, which is 3.5 hours long, and it doesn't need to be 3.5 hours long. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a theatrical cut, but at some point I will rewatch it, the theatrical cut, if I can get my hands on it, because there's no way this movie has to be 3.5 hours long. But the cinematography is perfect. The sound design is incredible. The sonar bleeps are one of the scariest noises in the back of my head now, because that means someone's trying to find me and kill me. But yeah, an absolutely fantastic movie that is unfortunately weighed down by length. So until I see the actual theatrical cut.
Okay, very cool. My next one up, I finished the X. Is it called the X trilogy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Which is Maxine, and this is the best one out of the 3, in my opinion. I really like the aspect of her going to Hollywood and the struggles of her past, bringing up in her pursuit to being an actress. Again, Mia Goth does her best work in this one, I feel like, out of the 3. And I also loved how creepy Kevin Bacon was in this movie. Did not know he was in this movie, and he was really good. I really enjoyed his performance in this movie as well. But again, I like the background of movie making and everything like that. So us being on the sets of movies and directors kind of directing Maxine on what to do. But I also like the way they introduced the Night Stalker into here. And I thought it was fantastic. I gave it an 87 out of 100. Best in this trilogy, I feel like.
Interesting, yeah, because I thought it was the least good of the 3, personally.
Okay.
But not by much. It was like...
Your scores were really close together. Like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really close. I think Pearl's still the best, just because that's very much focused on Mia Goth's performance, as opposed to having a bigger cast or anything. But that's just me personally, though. All right, and up next for me is a movie that my roommates selected for us to watch, which is Miss Congeniality, which is a movie that I had never even considered watching before when I was younger. And I always confused this with Legally Blonde for some reason, but this is the one where Sandra Bullock plays an FBI detective and has to go undercover at a Miss America pageant to find someone who is trying to bomb the event. This came out pre 9/11, so this is really interesting to see. But it's actually a pretty funny movie because of its cast. Sandra Bullock is great in the lead role. Michael Caine is the best part of this movie, as this kind of slightly fruity, like coach type character. It's interesting seeing Bullock trying to be given the character who is obviously like this. It's 2000, so you couldn't have got away with it then. But like she's clearly lesbian, like a butch lesbian character, and yet she's forced to become pretty. I don't know. I can see how this cannot sit well with some people, and I can see how it does really well with some people. I just thought it was funny. It's not as cringy as I was expecting, which is nice. It was just genuinely funny. It is very formulaic. It's not breaking the mold in any way. But I do think that the performances do set this apart a little bit more.
Okay.
I do hate the one part of the story where it's like, the one part of every story, because you have to put in conflict, is that no one listened to me, but I'm right.
Yeah.
Like, why is no one listening to me? And they set it up for why they're not listening to her, but like, I just get so over that. It's like, what do you lose by listening to this person? It's ridiculous. But
gotcha.
It was 75, fun movie, not anything really too special, but it was fun.
That's good. Very cool. My next up is Anora. Finally got to watch this on Hulu, but when we're recording this, it's on Hulu. It was good. I thought the cinematography is fantastic. Mickey Madison and the Russian kids' like chemistry on here was really awesome, and it's so chaotic, which I kind of like at the same time because of what happens and the situation that she gets herself into. But it's not her fault. It's the Russian guy's fault. And how it kind of backtracks on her when she thinks she's found her knight in shining armor. Nothing always nothing always seems as it is. That's not the saying, but you know what I'm talking about.
Nothing is as it seems.
Yes, thank you. And so, but again, Mickey Madison's performance is fantastic in this movie. And yeah, I know when you reviewed, you said you didn't know how funny it was going to be. It's pretty good. It has some funny spots in it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I love the cinematography, and New York being the backdrop of this was pretty awesome as well. So I give it 92 out of 100.
Yeah, for those of you who have not seen the video, this was my best picture of 2024. So, yeah, this movie is surprising. Would you understand if I say that it is a funny Uncut Gems?
Oh, as soon as I got done with this movie, I was like, this is like Uncut Gems, but like a perspective of Anora, pretty much.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I also love how funny the henchmen are.
Oh,
like they're literally like Disney characters, and it's
when they're on the private jet, and then I just want to thank you for everything that you've done, because he's drinking because he got hit in the head by freaking Anora. It was so funny.
I love this movie so much. All right, up last for me. I kind of watched this on a whim yesterday, but I watched the Peanuts movie from 2015, which is one that I had never seen actually. Even though I was raised on Peanuts as a kid, my dad was a Snoopy and Peanuts fan for his entire life. So we watched all the shorts, all the movies that came out. I just never actually got the chance to watch this one. And I think it's a really cute little movie. It's like 88 minutes. It's perfectly length for kids and adults. I think that this nails the tone and it nails the characters of the original animation and the original comic strips. I do think that the film gets a little unfocused, like it's not too confident in itself. So, we get the story about Charlie Brown, but then the other half of the movie is Snoopy fighting the Red Baron, which is like, it feels like two movies smashed together, even though they do overlap in ways. The chapters of the book line up to what's happening with Charlie Brown, which is why this isn't like a lower score. It's just kind of an annoying little part of it. But everything else about this movie is fantastic. The voice cast sounds incredible. There's one shot towards the end of this movie where it transitions to a drawing by Charles Schultz, and it almost reduced me to tears because it was like a kind of perfect memorial type moment to Charles for the great work that he's done. But it's a great little film, perfectly paced. It's not like game changing, but it is one of the better animated films I've watched that's Western in some time.
Oh, okay.
So.
Good. Very cool.
But those are all the movies we watched outside the wheel. I low-key keep forgetting Garrett's in school until he brings it up.
It's Greets.
Greets. Yeah, I don't really talk about it too much when we're outside of the stream or anything, but it's going. I'm on my second class out of 10, so. That film had an alternate title internationally. What, Peanuts movie?
Or Anora. I feel like
Anora
would have it.
I don't know. Alrighty, but let's go ahead and get into movies that were part of the wheel spin last week. So Kevin, we'll get you up first here.
Yeah, it's called Wild Wife, and you know what's wild? This husband needs to drop dead, and this wife needs to get a divorce. This is a really, really cool short for 1950s, talking about how women were the woman of the household. They had to do all the chores while the man goes out and work. And the man gets mad at his wife, asking him what she did all day. And it takes you through what she did all day. And my conclusion to this is the wife needs a divorce because this guy does not care about her. But animation style, fantastic. I love the detail on the pencil pencil drawings and everything like that. And it was just a cool little short. And I liked how it showed kind of the wife getting mad at the husband, not the other way around. So 87 out of 100.
All right. Also, I was looking up just because I had the webpage still open. The school shooting film I was talking about was not about you. We Need to Talk About Kevin is the name of the movie. Yeah, so that was why I just wanted to go ahead and get that out there. My short was Poncho's Hideaway, which is a Looney Tunes short, Speedy Gonzalez short specifically, from the 60s. The opening of this was really weird, and not what I was expecting from Looney Tunes 1, like the way that it was animated. Very clearly 60s. It's fine. I don't know why they just didn't make this Yosemite Sam. It's literally just Yosemite Sam, but with a brown mustache, slightly tanner skin, but it's the same voice. So I don't know why they didn't just make it Yosemite Sam. It would have been better. It looks good. It's just not like it's there. It exists.
Doesn't give you anything.
Yeah, it's cool to see Speedy is more like a vigilante hero as opposed to just a nuisance for like Sylvester or something. So that was kind of cool to see. Other than that, though, it's just okay. It exists. So 54 out of 100.
Gotcha. You know what shouldn't exist? My next movie, Project X. Cool found footage like attempt at a big rager party with high schoolers who just turned 17. I wrote in my review, I understood why I liked this movie when I went to go see it because I was younger. Now watching this movie, it's so stupid. All I was thinking about was, okay, that's going to cost a lot of money. That insurance is going up, all that stuff, and how they got off of they make it look like real, but this wasn't a real party or anything like that. But they come off as like, oh, now they're doing community service instead of jail time. I'm like, you would get jail time for anything that you guys did in there. So it's not very unrealistic. It's 20 out of 100 just because some of it was really funny, and that's it. But don't make your way over to watch this movie. It's not that important.
Yeah, it's one of those movies you remember from like high school because I was a senior when this came out. So.
Me too. So that's how I know.
Well, from something kind of disappointing, mediocre, to something that was pleasantly good. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. I'm going to go ahead and get the obvious out of the way. The reason why this is so good is the Hex Girls. Goth Girls for life. Goth Girls are the best, and they can cast a spell on me all day. Anyhow, this might be the best animated Scooby-Doo film that I've seen, and I would probably say that it's just the best. The cast is really good. Tim Curry plays one of the main characters in this, which is doesn't really sound like him, but it's a really nice voice performance. Everyone feels perfect in the role. Obviously, this is the time when the TV shows were still active, so it's just using a lot of the same cast. Second, I really like how this movie is more supernatural. Like, I feel like the movies get more supernatural than like the TV shows are. And I really appreciated the nods to like some of the original style, like, oh, it's Old Man Jenkins type thing in part of this, but then it switches over pretty quickly, which was a really nice surprise. However, I don't like the forced reveal of the villain. It just didn't really rub me the right way. I felt disingenuous. Like, why did you make that heel turn? Okay. And I hate that. It was me the whole time. You know, like that just didn't make sense. But it's cool to see. I will just spoil this. The villain straight up dies. Like, and that's kind of cool. It's a great movie. But the Hex Girls,
they don't make them like they used to, right? The villain dies.
Yeah, exactly. But man, I gotta pull this up real quick. Where, you know, just so I can kind of share the goodness. If you don't know who the Hex Girls are,
they were weren't they in Zombie Island too?
Were they in Zombie Island?
I'm pretty sure they were.
I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and just. Oh, is this not gonna work? Are you kidding me?
Yes, they were in Zombie Island. That was their first appearance.
Here's I don't want a background. I just want an overlay. Here, we're gonna go ahead. Here they are in all their glory. That's the Hex Girls. Hell yeah. I mean, Ghost needs to cover I Want to Cast a Spell on You, because that would just be a great. It'd be a great cover. Peanuts had the initial. Okay.
Weird. Interesting.
It's set in Mexico, so it being Poncho instead of Yosemite Sam made more sense to me. I feel as if it was Sam who felt off. Sure, but like the Wild West, like cowboys went to Mexico all the time. Like that's a thing that happened in history. So like it would have made sense, honestly. Garrett, have you not seen Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island? Because that came before, which is Ghost, and may be better animated, if not the same. Let me double check.
I think you did watch it.
I thought I have seen it. Yeah, I saw Zombie Island.
Did you like that one better or this one?
They're definitely not in. The Hex Girls are not in Zombie Island.
Really?
No. This is where they came from. They came from Witch's Ghost. What did I give it? I gave it a 76. I actually like Witch's Ghost better. I think that Witch's Ghost is better. Garrett, we don't need your flooded basement on stream. Well, you're gonna get it. Hex Girls are the best. I'm gonna stand them all day long. Not in Zombie Island 1, they were not there. Maybe 2. Witch's Ghost is their first appearance. Yeah, they were not in Zombie Island 2 either. They're in a newer episode of the series, I think. Mm-hmm. And I think like Daphne sung with them or something. So I don't know. Weird. Fun fact: Zombie Island was the birth of my love for zombie movies.
Very cool.
Very cool. I feel like that's a great place to start too, especially if you're younger, right?
Put it on the wheel because I haven't reviewed it yet, Nadia. That would be cool. I'm down.
There's a date night movie. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. And that is for Kevin. All right. Speaking of which, I didn't change up the music for. Oh no, I'm not professional anymore. So let's go ahead and do some of our favorite part of the show, Kevin, which is
the wheel that we spin for movies.
Wow, we're both failing on the professional front here. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what movies you guys want to put on the wheel. I did make an adjustment to the wheel because I was tired of the curiosity. I was tired of waiting. Oh. So I watched Satan's Waiting. And so I took it off the list for me, but I left it on there for Kevin. So that is, in fact, still there. The Stepfather, 1987. Stepdad, I'm stuck.
Sorry.
I got him to wheeze. 1987. I have definitely not seen that movie, so we'll leave it on the wheel. Silent Hill 2006. I'm pretty sure. I think you've seen that before, Nadia. If I'm not mistaken. That's actually already on here, so I will get rid of it. All right. Tough luck on that one. Any other suggestions you'd like to throw on the wheel? We are above 300, so probably won't get picked immediately. So, but we'll give it another minute or so. Heck yeah! First horror video game. Nice.
Very cool.
I was sure there's a horror video game that I was just watching someone play, and I thought it would be up your alley, but I completely forgot what it's called. So I'll look it up and I'll try to give it to you. The First Wives Club from 1996. All right, still on a one movie restriction. Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep it that way, just for now. All right. Don't think we're getting any other comments in here. Unless you have shorts. We don't need any more shorts right now, but like next week, if you have some shorts, they can give like 4 or 5 or whatever. That's fine. But like one movie is probably the restrictions. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we'll go ahead and stop it there. And we'll spin it for Kevin's short.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if it lands on it. That would be cool.
Get Satan's waiting. Or Boobs in the Woods.
That's one of them.
That's one on here. Right. I can't see anything. That's the... I think it actually is. Hold on. I can't seem to zoom in enough. Darn. I think it is Boobs in the Woods. Yep. I see in the... and a B. So Kevin's watching Boobs in the Woods. And that's not even a short film. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Alrighty. So Boobs in the Woods is for Kevin. And I'll go ahead and shuffle it up for my short here real quick. What is Boobs in the Woods? I should probably look that up.
It's a Daffy and what's the pig's name?
Porky.
Sure.
How dare you? Kevin's pick for Garrett doesn't work with shorts, so it looks like it's going to be Rhapsody Rabbit.
Haven't you seen them?
I want to double check and see if I have.
I guess you can call them boobs. I mean, they're...
No, I have not covered it yet, so I will be watching them.
Yeah, Porky and Daffy are boobs in the different aspects.
No, Kevin, you covered Rhapsody Rabbit. I did not.
Oh, I did? Oh, okay. That's why I remember.
Kevin's going to see some chachis. It's okay. It's a natural part of the body. It's amazing what boob meant in the 40s, aside from breasts. Yeah. Alrighty, Kevin. Let's get your film.
Yep. I have a film for you, too, if it lands on it.
Oh, he's prepared. I'm going to have to think about it. But it's not even close because it is The Ducksters. Is that a short? That is, in fact, a short. So, unfortunately, that will not be one of them. I don't know why I didn't put that as a short. That's my bad. I'm sure there's more than a couple on here. So, alrighty. Isn't Rhapsody Rabbit the double feature with Cat Concerto? Yes, it is.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Respin for Kevin.
One more time.
That blue line is there again.
Damn it.
What's Kevin gonna get? Silent Hill 2006.
Cool. I'm down.
So a pick from this week, technically, and from once before. We'll see if maybe we got a date night there for you and Nadia.
I think she would be down.
Alrighty, and we'll go ahead and spin it one more time. For me. I don't know what I want. I have to watch a lot of World War II movies for class, so probably nothing World War II.
No, I'm not going to give you World War II. Give it to me.
Brain Dead. What is Brain Dead? That is I'm guessing it's a Nadia pick. Oh, it's a Peter Jackson movie. Hell yeah. All right, Brain Dead from 1992. I believe that is a Nadia pick.
Does this have another name to it?
Comedy
like...
horror. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Dead Alive is the other one.
So Dead Alive over here. Yeah. Where are you, Fox Pixar? Just out of curiosity, if it's different. As I've never actually talked to anyone who has a different title in it because of the country. So that's kind of
because I think it was Dead Alive in another country, but here it's Brain Dead because it's the cool popcorn, the girl's stretching out her lips and the skull's going through her lips, which is pretty cool. So
gotcha. Oh, it's a comedy. Okay, cool. Alrighty, but that is going to be it. So Kevin's movie this week is going to be his short film Boobs in the Woods, and then the film is Silent Hill 2006, followed by my short, which is Rhapsody Rabbit, which I'll probably watch Cat Concerto as well, and then Brain Dead from 1992. So that's going to be it for this week. Hope you all have a fantastic next week. Of course, we have our new movie club episode coming out this Friday, which is going to be on Logan, one of the best superhero movies.
And we're not talking about Logan Paul. Okay.
No, thank God. But that's going to be that. And of course, this show goes live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, unless it moves for any reason. But it's usually going to be 7 on Wednesday. But thank you so much for watching. And until next time, make sure to keep those eyes on the screen. Thank you.